Alright, so let's start putting this together. This is we're gonna start first with arms and motors set up. The reason is because once you got these in here and your ESC that's sticking, kind of sitting over here, it's harder to work. So let's try to do as much as we can with individual parts, and then we put them on the frame. So first of all, I just want to make a couple of notes with the motors. So again, as I said before, the motors come with these sets of screws and an extra mount. So while you plan on doing, you're not going to need this one. You're not going to need it. So just keep it unless you've got a different frame. So you got the actual tip of it where the propeller is going to sit. So basically you just take this off here, and this is going to be sitting over here. Alright, and then you got to put the 3 screws over there. But what I noticed when I was assembling the first one was that, I'm not sure if the camera can get it, but if you can see this little black piece of metal in there, so I think I can get it there. So I'm just gonna try to remove it. See, now it's out. If you don't make sure that this surface is completely flat, then this little part is not gonna sit nicely over here. Alright, so you need to make sure you check. These motors, I don't think they're original, otherwise they wouldn't have these little details that can significantly affect your quadcopter performance. If this doesn't sit nicely over here, you're gonna have a massive vibration. It doesn't matter how small it is, it's gonna start making your motor vibrate a lot. Now, so you make sure that this is completely flat, and I think it's okay. You can feel it. Same as the plate that is going to sit in there. Now you just got to put it in there. Make sure it sits and it kind of matches where the screws are going to go. So actually get these little ones. So just put them in there. Yeah. So don't tie them up yet, as you need to make sure that they match. They go soft. Some people put Loctite. I don't think I'm gonna put Loctite. I think they tight enough to hold it together. The other reason is because the propeller is going to sit over here, so there's no way that those screws are going to come up. If they get loose, you will notice, and then you just re-tighten. Or if they come loose really often, then you're just going to put Loctite then. But initially I wouldn't. Alright, so before tightening these, you need to make sure, just push it, make sure it sits well there, move it, and then you tighten the screws. It has a limit, right? So you tighten the screws, and then it's going to get to a point where they just don't go anymore. Then just don't put too much pressure after that. There are only 3 of them. You got some spares just in case you break it. There you go, pretty tight. Make sure 3 of them are okay. And here we go. One way to know if this one is going all the way like 90 degrees to the surface of the motor is just to put it on a flat surface and quickly just spin it and see if this one goes up and down or sideways. So you will see if it's centered properly. Okay, so for now we're not going to put any propellers, so we're just going to put this and forget about it until we get to that point. Again, remember that we have not balanced motors yet and propellers. We're going to do that later on in videos. That's going to be perhaps an extra video before we fly. Now we're in the same kit, so the screws that come with this, they fit on the back of the motor, but they don't fit in here because this is too thick. So these screws won't get much of the motors. So don't use these ones. Don't use the little ones. The kit actually comes with these screws, and they hex. So basically, the little screws, they fit nicely here. Again, this is one of the reasons why I decided to get this kit, because it comes with all you need to put it together. Another thing, and it's the same quality issue, so I'm not sure if the camera will get it, but I'm pretty sure. So see this crap over here? You need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of that, again, because you need to make sure that the motor sits nicely there. If the motor doesn't sit flat, the thrust is going to be in a different angle. It has to be completely flat. So get rid of that rubbish. Make sure you fill it. If you have to use like sandpaper, but I don't recommend it because, you know, it's not ideal. You just need to get rid of this excess material, and that's okay. It's not a hard work kind of thing. So, alright, so your motor, I believe, is going to sit over here. So basically, I just want to illustrate how I'm going to put it. So one screw, just put 2 screws for now. I'm going to put the other one here. So use this. Let's just try to find the other hole over here. Make sure they go soft. Alright. I think I might put Loctite on these ones, because if these ones get loose, they will fall off and your motor will fall off, and that's not ideal, of course. So your motor is sitting there nicely. See, it's completely, there's no gaps in this area. You're going to put the 4 screws, of course. I'm not going to do it for now because this is not the final assembly. So basically, some people put the ESCs over here, over here. They flip them around. So it's all about whatever you want to do with your drone and stuff. Also, they need a little bit of cooling, but I'm pretty sure the propellers are going up to here, right? So there's enough air going through this area to cool these ESCs down. So I think they should be okay. I actually believe that this area is it's to dissipate some heat. Now, so with the ESCs, I decided to put them this way, and that's just because I want to, and because I don't have to cut these cables, so I don't have to do much. So we're gonna go through it later on, how I'm gonna wire them once I have all the arms together. But what I want to show here is the length. So basically, you don't have to cut these cables that are already done for you. The job is already done, so just don't do anything. The ESC is gonna sit here, so you're gonna put a zip tie around, and then you're gonna go like this. So if you bring your power distribution board, this is gonna sit here, right? And then you're gonna put these cables in the positive and the negative of it. So I have cut these cables a little bit. So this is the excess. So this was here. So I basically cut it because it's more convenient for me once I put them together. So I leave a little bit of excess here. So I can't see it properly, but if you go here, you see when this is sitting, and then you have a little bit of excess at the back, just a little bit. You don't want your cable to be like tensioned and stuff, because you eventually want to put your arms off the quadcopter to do some maintenance or repairs. So you want to leave this a little bit of, you know, gap in there of cable, and it's not too much. So again, get your motors sorted, make sure that this base sits nicely. Same with arms and the ESCs. Don't worry about the connections yet. We're gonna go through it later. First of all, because if the motors are not spinning on the right direction, you're not gonna be able to fly properly, or not fly at all. But it's a matter of swapping 2 of them at one given time, so it's not a big deal. For now, just do your motors, make sure you sit nicely, put Loctite if you want. Definitely put Loctite here. You can assemble these and leave it as it is now. This is not going to change much. Now with the ESCs again, just cut a little bit of it so you don't have cable excess over there once you put it over here. So once you already cut it, then just put the arm away and put the base plate. And then if you don't have anyone to give you a hand here, you just probably put a little bit of sticky tape here, and then start soldering to the board. So I'm gonna start doing that for this one, and then we continue. I'll be back up and put my my soldering on, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Alright, so I got my soldering on a little bit closer. Awesome. What I'm gonna do is basically put a little bit of soldering on the bases, and then on the cables, and then put all the ESCs. I'm gonna do these pretty quickly, so you don't have to wait for a long time. So yeah.